Welcome to the one,
the only,
two,
the three,
10, the top,
the top 10.
the top
We were
10.
on different tracks there.
Welcome to a top 10 video,
Yeah.
but in person.
Live.
We thought we'd try this for fun. It's been a while since we did a video.
It has.
And October 3rd, one of our favorite animes is returning.
Yes.
Which is
Bleach.
Bleach. I'm Mike from Collection of Madness.
And I'm Ben from Collection of Madness.
And we are here.
Our Collection of Madness.
We are.
Don't you forget it.
We're going to be doing this top 10 video differently. What Ben and I are going to do is we decided in honor of Bleach, we are going to count down our top 10 favorite Bankais. This does not mean the strongest. This does not mean the most OP.
Correct.
And it's only from the anime from what we've seen so far.
Correct.
I know there's going to be a bunch of Bleach fandom and marks out there that are going to want to judge us. Judge your mom, because we're doing
Wow.
We're doing our favorites.
Yes,
and
we
it's
are
gonna be
doing our
fun.
favorites.
As always, make sure that you like and subscribe.
I am more than likely going to get some of the details about their Bankais wrong, but that's okay. You can yell at me in the comments.
Same.
It's fine.
It's been a while. So let's get started.
All right,
okay?
Good.
Cool. All right, you ready for this?
All right, I've written mine down. Oh, I've written mine down.
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Boom.
What do we got? I got Susabimaru by Renji.
Oh, I got Renji's same thing, but I guess in Japanese.
Well, that's what I looked at. What it was, what it said when I looked it online.
This is what it said when I looked online.
Well, all right.
All right. Hey, we tied.
We did tie.
Hey, okay.
Number 10.
Handshake?
There you go.
Yeah. So go ahead. You go first.
Okay. Yep. So I picked this one because it is Renji's true Bankai, which is pretty badass. I like the way it looks. His moves are pretty cool. I don't know. I just the overall look of it is really fun, and it is cool to see. Like, we've seen Renji throughout the entire series, so it's kind of cool to see him continue to progress and become stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of my same sentiments. I like, and here's the thing. There's 10 of these. There's more than 10 Bankais, so there's going to be some Bankais that are left off
Actually,
of here.
almost 20.
So, exactly. So, I mean, the fact that it made my top 10 list means that I like it. It's just my least favorite out of, especially all the new ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love Renji's character arc, whether he was a protagonist or an antagonist.
Yeah.
You know, just kind of how he gained this power, how he trained for this power.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't, like, blow me away.
Right.
It wasn't, like, something where I was like, oh, that's really... I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But one giant arm,
My favorite
and then
is
coming
still, his Hihio move.
right. See,
Yeah,
but that's the thing with Renji's moves.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Hihio, you have Hihio, you have Hihio Zabimaru, and I have Suzabimaru. So Suzabimaru is actually the one where he has the snake thing on his arm, and like it's his new release. Whereas Hihio is just his older version with the big bone thing.
With the big bone thing.
Yes.
But the newer release has the big arm and then the giant
Yeah,
thing.
it has the monkey arm,
Okay.
and then the snake hand had a sword.
Tear me apart in the comments.
Number 9. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, flip.
What do we got?
What do we got?
Okay.
Oh, you got. I feel like I want to pronounce it, but I'm gonna mispronounce it.
I'm not going to pronounce it. I'm just going to say it's Sofan's Bankai.
Soifon, yeah. Jaiku Rai Hoben? Something like that. Yeah.
But go ahead. Yeah, with
All right,
yours.
so I went with Daigirin Harimaru, which is I butchered that, of course, with Toshiro. And I don't know. I just think it's really cool. Bankai, cool. I mean, it's Ice Dragon. He's got the flowers and stuff, but I also think it's kind of underrated as far as how truly powerful it is, especially after some of the stuff that we've seen in the new stuff and whatnot. Like it's really cool.
Yeah. Fun fact, that didn't make my list.
That didn't make it.
It was very close, but it didn't make my list.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't know. The ice dragon, the ability to control all of the particles of water in the air is just pretty BA, and I like that. That's pretty sick aspect.
That's a good way to, it's a good reason to pick it.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah. It's just a giant bazooka now, isn't it? It's just so freaking cool.
And let's just put it this way: it is flashy.
It is, and I think that's
flashy.
what made me choose this one, because between the Soul Reaper arc, Soul Society, and even with 1,000-Year Blood War coming up, it was hard putting this at 9 or 10. I kind of went back and forth with Renji in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But the new animation in the 1,000-Year Blood War of it was just so cool, and like the explosion of it. It's a giant missile. Like, how do you not? It's so cool. I don't know. I just think it's cool. I think Cyberfun's cool. I think it's a cool Bankai. 3, 2.
This isn't 3. This is number 8.
9, 1.
Go. These are answers.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we've got.
Yeah.
Okay, Gans.
Yeah. I'll go first. Gans, at first glance, does not look that flashy or intense.
Right. Yeah.
However, this gentleman next to me was the one who got me into Bleach, and I basically got hooked right away and started binge watching everything. I hate Gin. I hate his face. I hate his voice. He was one of the worst characters to follow. However, he said his Bankai release and 9 buildings slashed in half, and I thought at the time, like, what in the heck was that? I think it's so cool. And then they did the follow-up in that episode of like him explaining his Bankai,
right? Yeah,
which is like an extended Zanpakuto, like that can go just miles.
It kind of confused me a little bit because he was kind of deceptive about his true nature of his Bankai, but yeah, the fact that it can like
I mean, just destroy buildings like right away. I just thought, like, when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, this is like a really cool Bankai, especially because we were progressing to the Aizen fight, and like seeing that kind of Bankai against Ichigo. I just thought that was cool. It almost looked like he wasn't gonna be able to
win.
So
yeah. All right, so I went with Senbon Sakura Kageyoshi by Byakuya Kuchiki.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like it holds number 8 because it's a really cool Bankai, especially with all the flower petals, and especially his new version, which is even more petals. But then again, it's a little lower on the list because it is just blades in the end. I mean, it's really badass, and it's super powerful, and it's cool, but it's and I love the animation of all the swords coming up out of the ground. That's really cool. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
that's number 8.
That's a good pick. On to 7.
All right, on your marks, get set, flip.
Okay. Yeah, I unironically put the evil duo back to back of Gin and Tozen. I always thought Tozen's character arc was cool because being blind, getting over that handicap, but the Bankai, it's a giant dome that just takes out all your senses. The only thing that you can feel is touch. And I think that if it wasn't Kenpachi in this situation, any other person would have died that would have went up against him there.
Kenpachi or Ichigo.
Or Ichigo, depending. But
I agree.
I mean, your senses are completely cut off, and Tozen basically has you at his will to do whatever and like destroy you in any way he wants.
I think that is pretty cool. It is pretty sick, but I actually didn't have that on my list at all.
Really?
Cool guy zone.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, get it.
Just because I don't know. Me personally, I didn't feel like the giant ball thing was exciting for me, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is a ridiculous Bankai, and it is very powerful.
It kind of like it kind of reminds me of like so Tozen's already is already blind.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of like in a reverse Daredevil situation where now you have to like figure that out too.
Fit in his
so
shoes, basically.
yeah,
It's really cool. Yeah, I do.
I think it's cool. Yeah.
And then I went with Rayuman.
God bless you for trying to pronounce these, because
It's okay. I told you I'm gonna butcher them. Who's Hazukimaro by Ikaku? His Bankai was really badass. I loved the way he can just like twirl it around in the air as it like spins and slices things.
Right.
And I really like the aspect of the little glowing dragon on it that just slowly fills up as he fights.
right.
Yeah. And the fact
cool.
that his hits get stronger each time until it's full.
That is
Like,
cool.
That's cool. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
It fits his personality so well, too.
Just builds him up.
He's just a crazy guy spinning this giant sword around.
I completely forgot about that one
Yes.
too. I was like,
It
that
was
is
a very good one.
that is a fun one. That's an early one too.
It's an earlier one, yes. Yeah.
All right, back with number 6 in 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay,
Well, all right.
I'll explain first, just because mine's a very long name that I couldn't pronounce, and I'm not going to write it either. Squad Zero comes on the scene, and I was like, "What the? What is this?"
Yes.
And wow. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like Squad Zero at all when they first got
really?
introduced, because I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just stupid. It's more freaking Kubo trying to just mess with us and do
yeah.
some things. But finding out how they are intertwined, and the fact that 3 of them had to die in order for her to get this Bankai
Right, yeah.
was absolutely insane. And I'm like, all right, so what's it gonna be? Like another giant fox and bear thing? And like, what is it gonna be? No. The second that those wheels hit and those giant flags roll
Right,
down,
yeah,
and like with all the
yep.
Quincy's, and just the way that she like just comes out, she's just like Bankai, and I'm
Yep.
like, what?
That was a very badass moment.
It's like a torture house. It's like your own personal hell, and it was like it's like 90 Bankais in one
90 Bankai.
giant like Bankai.
Yes, it was.
It was so from the spikes, to the fire, to the smoke. I mean, all of it was
Oh yeah, definitely something that like you couldn't release while you were on Earth.
no. And that's the thing. Like it shook the Shinigami realm. It
Yep.
shook Earth. I mean,
Yeah.
it shook where Ichigo was at the time.
Completely.
Like everything. And I think,
Okay.
and like that was the cool part of the story of like, hey, no, we're so powerful that we have to hide our Bankais. That if we ever need to use them for whatever reason, y'all gotta die for that to happen.
Y'all gonna die.
Yeah, it was
Yes, that's definitely
very good Bankai.
awesome. Yes. So I went with Haka no Tagame, which is Rukia's Bankai. So beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
just absolutely gorgeous. But I also just love the fact that like she literally brings everything to the point that it's so cold.
Yeah.
It's literally absolute zero.
Yeah.
And like even she can't hold the form for so long because she would literally kill herself.
Yeah.
That's how powerful.
She would freeze to
That's
death.
ridiculous. Like it's very awesome. I
Yeah.
really like that.
And yeah, very cool Bankai.
the whole ice form and everything, like just
Yeah.
it's really awesome.
I may have more to comment on that later.
Go.
It's later.
All right.
Ah, you
Time
had
we
Gans.
have Rukia.
Fun.
Now I've picked
So close. You were one above me.
Kamishina no Yari.
Yeah.
And I put this at number 5 because, again, like you were saying, how it just like obliterated all these buildings, and you're like, holy crap! And I'm just like, during that whole battle, he was really holding back because he really wanted Ichigo to win. He
Right.
really wanted him to evolve into what he was.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, if you ever faced Gin with his level of power and his Bankai, and he was determined to win,
Right.
could you imagine that battle, like, full on, just like, yes, that was pretty intimidating when the buildings collapsed and he was like, oh, okay. But, like, imagine, like, 7 or 12 of those attacks going off rapid fire and just being
At
like,
once.
what's going on? Yeah, just complete obliterated destruction and, like, or even just eliminating people after people like with that skill. Like that's just why it was number 5.
All around you.
I know,
Yeah.
like I could just picture that being super badass.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Absolutely. So close. We almost had this tied, like
did.
Renji. I mean, what more can be said? I mean, this is the one that we were waiting for.
Oh,
This
for
is
so
the
long.
one that I was waiting for from like the beginning of when I started watching
Right.
Bleach. I have not read the manga, but Ben has.
Yes.
And we were watching this together, and I just remember him and his wife and I just remember him looking out the corner of his eye at his wife and I, being like, "Are you ready for this?"
Like I'm trying not to give it away that there's something pretty gonna happen, but I know that it's coming. So
Yeah.
like,
I was like, "What?" Not just I'm lost for words. Not just the move itself.
right.
The art that was done with Rukia, she looked beautiful in that way that she was
There's
drawn.
a reason that her Zanpakuto is called the most beautiful Zanpakuto.
Right.
Like,
And like it's Sub-Zero, and I just remember the Quincy that was fighting her. That was just like, am I about to die? Like, this is pain. Like,
Right,
it was
yeah.
like, it like
Yep.
creeped me out. I'm like, what is going on?
what is going
And then just to see her brother come up and touch her, and then his hand kind of like freeze as well, and he's just
Right,
like,
yeah.
you know, let it go slowly, showing
yeah.
how powerful like it is.
How ridiculous.
Like, yeah, and I just
Yeah.
thought it was so cool. Instant Sub-Zero. I mean,
Yeah,
just below.
right,
It was just,
nope,
yeah.
Sorry.
Rukia deserved that Bankai.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
Yeah.
I also really appreciated like all the stuff leading up to that where she's fighting, where she's like, she literally killed herself, and she's like, "No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
This is part of my ability. It's
I'll be
fine."
all right. I'll be all right. And she was.
She was
And no one else is all right? On to number 4.
on the number 4. Right.
All right.
Are you ready for number 4?
I'm ready.
3, 2,
1.
flip,
Boom.
bam.
Ah, okay.
Nice, yeah. So at number 4 here, I have Coco Tangen Myoyo. Yeah, I almost had it.
Moyo.
By Sajin. That this is his new form where he has the giant like
Yeah.
well, like what is it? Like,
Baby.
no, it's dang it. It's not ninja, but like he's
Yeah, it's
just
a giant soldier.
giant soldier
Yeah.
warrior thing, and he's got all the armor on it, and the it's just
Yeah.
it's
Plus, it's in human form.
yeah, it's in human form, and also the fact that like it's dead already, like it can't die because it's dead,
Yeah.
and it's just, I don't know.
It
it's
can't
just-
die because it's dead.
I mean, who doesn't like a giant ninja undead warrior? Like it's badass.
It was.
It is. It's
was.
just the sheer force of like his attacks and stuff. It's just awesome.
That was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unohana Minazuki. Let's just start.
What's not to like about it?
Okay, first off, the Kenpachi fight with this.
So good.
One, this Bankai means so much more to me because I know that soon we'll be getting a Kenpachi Bankai.
Yes.
Soon. Don't know when.
Soon.
But out of this, these two fighting each other not only was amazing for what the Bankai was,
Right.
which is just a bunch of blood, and the way that the Zanpakuto worked and like
The reveal
the
for that was so badass.
Yes, and that's my point to that was they didn't just reveal this as a Bankai. This was also a backstory on Kenpachi
Yeah.
and her being a Kenpachi.
Correct. The name of
And
Kenpachi.
what Kenpachi means and like
not just Saraki, but like the name of
Yeah.
Kenpachi.
and who he is and it's and his like
Who they are.
and his story up to it was so cool to see that. And I mean, I just remember us watching it together, and like even
Right.
you, after already knew what was going
I
on, you
know,
were
I was
just
just
like,
like,
"Oh, this is so good."
Right? Yes, it was. That was definitely one for that was amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, if we want to talk like OP levels, definitely up there.
Oh yeah,
You know,
definitely.
with,
Like
like-
the fact that she can just manipulate that blood whatever way she wants.
And it can just come out of nowhere.
You're basically in her realm of death.
Yeah,
Ready?
we're in the top 3.
We are in the top 3.
This is I'm interested of what these next three are
These
going to
ne-
be.
Yeah, these next three are
I
going to
think
be
it's going
very
to be
interesting.
Yeah. All right. Are
So,
we ready?
All right, ready? 3,
2,
2,
1.
flip.
We were one off.
We were one off. So I put this a little higher up on the board just because of, again, that reveal was so badass. That was something that we've been waiting up on. It answered so many questions about why everyone was afraid of her whenever she smiled and was just like, let's knock that off. And they're like,
yes, ma'am.
Yep. But like, what I was gonna say when we were discussing her on number 4, with her on number 3 here, I'll explain it here, so I have something to say about her. Is that it blows my mind at how ridiculously powerful she was. Yeah. Not the fact that she could kill Kenpachi like 50 million times, but she was also possessed the capability and the reishi to be able to revive him over and over again. Like, how powerful was she? Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, could you imagine how much spiritual pressure she would have to be able to murder him and heal him up and murder him and heal him up and like, that's ridiculous. They fought for days. Like, that's
mind blowing. Yes. And now she's gone. R.I.P. Moment of silence.
Yes, very sad.
And we're back.
Almost over.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. Head Captain Yamamoto, Zanka no Tachi. Here is... I know it's an anime, which I mean, I understand it's a cartoon. When he activated this and sucked all of the air out of Soul Society, my mouth got dry.
Can I get you anything?
Water would be nice.
I felt this. It was, and like, and I haven't seen other Bankais that I haven't seen in the manga yet, so I don't know.
Right.
But to me, this is the most powerful one because everything just sucked into that sword. It was glowing fire. And then he takes one shot at the Quincy King, and the second the sword taps the ground, it's just like... and just blew everything.
Absolutely beautiful the way they animated that too. Like,
Old man Yamamoto. I mean, like, that, and like you wouldn't expect that out of him because we're like, why are you the head captain?
Right.
We know you're a good fighter. You've shown some things, before.
We know you're old AF.
And this was the reason why.
Yep.
And
Shikai.
3.
Oh wait, no.
Shikai, Mikai, Hikai.
Yukai.
3, 2, 1.
Flip.
Oop.
We were one off.
Dang. Dang.
So I had head captain Yamamoto because, like, again, that release is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The fact that it evaporated like all of the water in the air.
No, right.
The fact that it's literally all of the fires of hell in his blade. Yeah. And that's bad. No matter what way you think about it. It was absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite number 2.
Yeah. So again,
that's just
in my
sheer
opinion,
power.
the most powerful.
And that's not even including like the ability to raise the enemies of the dead of his enemies. The dead of his enemies?
Yes.
Yeah, like a zombie army.
Yeah. On top of that.
If that's not good enough, here's a zombie army.
On top of it.
On top of that.
Yeah, this is just nostalgia for me. I mean, Ichigo, that's the one I waited for. Yeah. Every time, and so I watch it in the Japanese sub, and his voice actor, which I'm forgetting the name right now, and I apologize. Every time that he goes, Bankai! Bankai! It just gives chills down my spine.
I know, right?
I mean, and like the fact that
I love the very first time when he like
swings it out, puts his arm on top of his arm.
Around.
Yeah. And that's the thing for me though. The first ever one, like the reveal, the sleek black sword. I love the outfit very much. And like the fact that Byakuya is like standing there being like,
That's not a Bankai.
What is this? What is this puny little Bankai? And then he just keeps talking, and the next thing is just a flash step, and the sword is right up next to his neck, and he's just like, oh, what happened here?
Get the classic anime.
Yeah. Tenza Zangetsu, without a doubt, is probably my favorite Bankai of all time. But I do have an actual favorite Bankai of all time because I would have put it number 1. Yes. It was really hard. I went back and forth on 2 and 1 with this just because, you know, Ichigo's Bankai is so OP. And now with the Quincy power on top of that and
knowing
the Squad
that
Zero training.
He's you know, created from all of the 4 elements.
Yeah.
He's basically the avatar of Bleach.
Yeah. You know, it just keeps getting more powerful.
Yes,
And yeah. Tenzo Zangetsu. Always. Ready for
number
one? Oh. This is what we waited for.
All right.
All right. I'm
Are you ready?
really interested to see what you have. 'Cause- All right. 3,
2,
1.
Bankai.
Bankai.
All right, so we
Ah.
we have been off
Yeah.
by 1 the entire top 5, pretty much.
Dang.
You want to go first?
I'll go first just because it was already said. How dare you put this at 8?
What's going on here?
What is the matter with you?
I don't know.
Byakuya's Bankai, and here's why it's my number 1. I think that it was the most beautifully drawn Bankai from the first anime
very
of
beginning.
Bleach, and it just even got better with the advancement of
definitely
technology
did.
in
Oh,
Thousand Year
yeah.
Blood War. It's so cool, and I guess I'm kind of opposite here. Is like to be surrounded by like a gajillion blades that
Right.
are flowers freaks me out. I think like it all just coming down on you, and like I look at the times that he used it and how much he held back on certain people that he
Oh,
did
yeah,
admire.
definitely.
So like Renji, he could have killed him right away with that.
Instantly. Oh, instantly.
Ichigo, he could have killed him right away with that if it wasn't for Ichigo's,
Yeah.
whatever I'm trying to say, stopping it.
Yes.
Um,
This is hollow.
But also, the way that he carries himself, Byakuya is one of my favorite characters, just because his character
Definitely.
arc overall,
Right.
you know, from being being Rukia's sister, or I'm sorry, brother, to, you know, almost killing Ichigo in the first part, and then the Soul Society arc. He's just a great character.
Yeah.
And I love the swords coming up out from the ground.
Definitely.
The petals, the pink petals are just done beautifully, and it's just like, it's the most beautifully dangerous Bankai
I know.
ever done, and it's my
It
all-time
is.
favorite.
I think I had it lower on my list mostly just because the most of his Bankai is only, like, I don't know. I guess it's always the same to me.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm also forgetting about the fact that he has that prison thing where he has thousands of swords around him that he can just grab and use.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, and
Yeah.
like it multiplies it. So like,
Yeah.
it's not just the blades, or it's not just the petals, the petal
Right, yeah.
blades that are the problem. It's the things around him too that he does.
Yeah.
And it's like you go. I think the reason I love it is because the animation makes it feel like I'm going into another dimension when he does it.
Oh,
You know,
yeah,
like
definitely.
it's really cool.
Otherworldly.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
All right, so I went with Tenso Zangetsu for the number 1 here.
You okay?
Ichigo's Blade, because it's not just about the fact that, like, when he revealed that he was so fast.
Yeah.
While that is one of the things that is really awesome, and like the fact that he can use it that way is mind-boggling, and I absolutely love the animation and style of the like where he's like attack,
All over the place.
like all that multi-attack stuff and whatnot. But the other thing is in the Fullbring arc, they actually describe how Ichigo's power works.
Yeah.
And it's basically the ability to manifest one's true power.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can do that makes me think about it because, and this is kind of bordering on hypothesis here, and, you know, I'm sure I'll get yelled at for saying this, but it basically, he was trying to fight Byakuya when he was trying to learn Bankai. And so the biggest thing is Byakuya was too fast.
Yeah.
So he was hyper-focused on being faster or being able to see him. Therefore, I feel like his Bankai developed into something that would make him much faster because of that. And had he faced a different opponent, his Bankai could have potentially changed, because his kimono changes.
Yeah.
Like basically what his Bankai is is the ability to manifest what he needs
Exactly.
to win.
Because
That's-
at first it's just all black.
Yes.
And then like when he gets the hollow mask,
Yes.
you see like
Oh.
first off, great with the Bankai pulling the
Absolutely,
mask down.
yes.
You'll see shades of white start to come in. Then
Right.
the full bring arc, it's completely
It's a
mixed
mix of
together
Soul
with the
Reaper,
white
yeah, with all
and that. And they said that in the full bring arc too. And I feel like Uehara said that way back when he was training. It
Yes.
was like you could like he can adapt to that.
Right.
And like to your point exactly, like what if he would have fought someone else with that Bankai?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Like,
it's so
what
cool.
if they were stronger or something, and then he needed something to make himself stronger, like
Yeah.
forcefully stronger, not necessarily like faster.
Yeah.
So, but I do love the all black blade. I love the refresh with the little spikes on the backside.
Yeah.
When he fights, what's his face?
Yeah. Names.
The Fullbringer guy. I don't know. No one remembers him because he's not really.
Yeah. Batman.
He fought back. Yes.
I'm Batman-ing.
I'm Batman. I'm awesome. I got a 9-pack.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, and they gave his Fullbring out to all the other ones, and they all had things that helped their abilities.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm excited, and I'm hoping we get to see Ichigo's Bankai before the end of the anime series here, because, like, I mean, basically, if he had full control over that, he could basically. It's almost like the imagination guy. Whatever he needs,
Yeah.
he could literally form his Bankai into.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, it's just like
One of the best Bankais. And that was top 10 in person.
in person.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, it was.
Make sure to check out our other top 10 videos. If you didn't know, we do top 10 videos here on the channel. And if you want to know who the annoying guy's voice is that narrates those, hi, I'm Mike.
This guy.
But we wanted to try this out. This format was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool,
I
yeah.
think it's fun. Make sure you leave a comment down below on what your top 10 favorite Bankais are. And
Keep in mind, these were our favorites, not
Yes.
necessarily like by the books. This is what are the best.
yeah, these are our personal favorites. So whatever your personal favorites are, I definitely there were some on my list that weren't on Ben's.
Yep.
Vice versa.
There were
So
some that I left out.
we want to see what your favorites are too as well. And make sure you support the show and make sure you tune in. I think it's on Hulu and it's on other Crunchyroll maybe.
I'm not sure if it's on Crunchyroll.
Not
It's definitely
Crunchyroll.
on Hulu.
It's definitely on Hulu. Bleach: 1,000-Year Blood War.
It is very good.
Very good. Make sure you catch up with it if you haven't seen
Very
it all.
excited to see what's happening.
Yeah, we're excited. So, and let us know if you like this format too. We'll do
Yeah.
more videos like this. If we
Give the
can.
video a thumbs up.
Make sure
Not
you
just
subscribe.
like this, but like look at the
Yeah, like go like this, and then take your thumb and go like that, and like the video.
that helps out a lot.
It helps a lot.
It does.
Always subscribe to the channel. As always, head on over to our Patreon account, patreon.com/collection of madness, where you can have exclusive content. And
All
somebody
bloopers.
told me that there might be a new shirt coming soon. So, see, mine's already destroyed. So we
been
might
a
get some
while.
new shirts. It's been a while since we did a video. It was
has
fun to be back. Hopefully we can do more. Yeah. Bye.